I want to quickly talk about a topic that I would argue all poor and middle class people must know about because it's directly affecting you. And unfortunately, it sounds like it's going to continue to affect you. And as somebody that I'm assuming if you're watching my channel, you're ambitious, you're looking to build wealth, you're looking to take personal finances into your own hands, take control of it. So I'm not saying any of this to discourage you, but I am saying it to point out just the reality of the situation. I want to shoot straight. This is just something that you're going to have to deal with. So I want you to be aware that you're going to need to factor it into, your strategy or however you're going about your journey. This is going to need to be considered. Now, what is going on here? Well, very recently, the Federal Reserve had its meeting, they released information, and they said that they are going to be raising interest rates. But that's not really the part that sticks out. What sticks out is down in the fine print and what they admitted. And you have to understand the Federal Reserve, when they release these statements, they are very, very particular about words that are being used. And I bring that up because unfortunately, nowhere here do we see the word average. Right here, sure, the Federal Reserve, they expect inflation to return to its 2% objective, not average of 2%, just 2%. Now, why does that matter? Well, that would imply that if things go way above 2%, well, then what needs to happen next in order to bring it down to 2%? Well, things need to go below 2%, right? Because that's how you bring it back and then level out that average. We all understand how averages work. But again, there is no word average in here. Their objective is just simply 2%. Not 2% average, just objective. We want 2%. So what does that mean? Well, let's look at it through here. So right here, we have month number 1, let's just say. And for example's sake, I'm just making this up. Let's say inflation was at 5%. Well, that's not good, right? Prices going up 5% is not good because per their objective, it's supposed to be what? 2%. Okay. So we go to the next month. And let's just say the next month, it's at 7%. Once again, you understand 7% is way bigger than 2%. So they are once again failing on their objective. Inflation prices are not rising at 2%. It just rose 7%. Okay, so let's go to month number 3. And in this month, let's just say that it's at 8% inflation. You get the idea. Once again, objective not met. It is at 8%. And I'm not saying this will occur, but let's just say that somehow, all of a sudden, in 1 month, month number 4, all of a sudden, inflation is at 2%. So the question becomes, what is the Federal Reserve? Are they happy? Well, yes, they are happy because, hey, they've met their objective, the objective being 2% with prices only rising by 2%. However, what exactly is the issue here? Well, right here, let's add up the previous 3 months. 5 plus 7 is we got 12, and then we add in another 8. So right here, we have a total of 20% of inflation, 20% price increases. So has anything been done about the 20%? No. The Federal Reserve is saying we're not going to do anything about the 20%. That's already happened. It is what it is. Our objective is not to bring any sort of average back down to 2%, because if that was the situation, what? You would need to have some very big negative numbers. But that's not what they're after. They're not after an average. They're after just simply 2%. So in other words, the 20% is here to stay. Per the Federal Reserve's own admission, whatever, however much inflation, however much prices are going up and up and up, they just want to get it down to, okay, finally, prices are not rising at 8% or 2% or 7%. It's at 2%. That's great. But you almost wonder, so does that mean that if inflation is only 1%, that's like not good? According to this, maybe. I don't know if they wanted it 2%. That seems kind of crazy in and of itself. But the idea here and what you need to be aware of, what I want you to factor in is that the higher prices, this environment of just, wow, that used to cost this and now it's that's not going anywhere. That's going to stay the same. Now, maybe it might slow down quite a bit, but the elevated prices per their own admission is going to stay the same because the Federal Reserve is not trying to get prices back to where they were. They're just trying to simply get prices to only rise at 2% again. I want to repeat that again. The Federal Reserve is not trying to get prices back to what they were. They just want prices to only rise at a rate of 2%. But everything that's already risen, well, hey, it is what it is. So be aware of it. Factor it into your strategy, factor it into your wealth building plans that these higher elevated prices, now sure, they can shift a little bit, but generally speaking, the higher prices are here to stay. So let me know what you think about this down in the comment section. Have any sort of solutions that you could offer up? What are you doing? Do you have any sort of strategy tricks that you've been using to kind of counterbalance these increasing prices all around? Again, maybe we can all help each other out down in the comment section below. But be aware of it. And I started the video on to end with it. I'm not trying to say this to discourage you or imply that there's no hope for you. I'm just being realistic with you so that you can, better be prepared to how to handle these times and factor that into your journey, which of course I want you to succeed in. But yeah, let me know in the comment section your thoughts on all of this. And apparently the prices are here to stay. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.